The UAAP Season 85 men's basketball tournament wasted no time in today's jam-packed game day with an upset win courtesy of the UE Red Warriors. UE shocked the FEU Tamarao 76-66. Paranada with 25 points for a career high to go along with 5 assists in that upset victory. Now to help us break down that game and the rest of the men's basketball action today is UAAP analyst, my partner Diego Dario. We're saving on the budget, paying you as both analyst and co-host here. But really appreciate you being here. So first of all, we'll talk a bit about that upset victory.
That's right.
A lot of people have pegged FEU to be the team to be in the mix for the Final Four position, 0-2 start for them. Let's start off first with the UE Red Warriors though. It was a shocking victory for many reasons because it was the first win in 3 years.
Well, I covered that game, Pao, and the energy was different in the UE Red Warriors bench. I mean, they were, supporting everyone in every basket, and it was a Kyle Paranada show. I called Kyle Paranada, Kyle, my guy Paranada, because number one, he's probably just my height. Number two, he shoots three-pointers like there's no tomorrow. When you talk about Kyle Paranada, I think he has the green light now from Coach Jack Santiago, and they run that perfect 5-out offense where all the bigs, even their centers, can shoot from the outside, and dun nahirapan yung FEU Tamaraos against the UE Red Warriors.
FEU was held to just 8 points in 1 field goal in the third quarter. What is up with FEU right now? Because let's be completely honest here, playing a bit below their own high expectations at the moment.
Well, you have to credit the UE Warriors defense against the FEU Tamaraos. They forced a lot of turnovers for FEU, but for FEU, it seems like the direction is, you don't see where the direction is going when it comes to their offense. LJ Gonzalez will be there, but what's the next option? Who will be there? Patrick Sleet was a welcome addition for FEU, but nothing further than that. So it's going to be a problem for FEU. Who's going to be that next man up now that RJ Abarrientos is out of the picture for FEU?
So let's see whether or not they can put things together. But of course, let's talk a bit more about another interesting game, Adamson against UP. Adamson, first of all, let's talk about those free throws at the end of regulation. It's crazy that a guy that young is able to keep his cool and shoot 3 free throws to force overtime.
Well, that was Sabandal. I think he's in his second year here in Adamson, and he was fouled trying to attempt the three-pointer, and that was a very close call because, the referees had to replay that multiple times, and that was the right call. So 3 free throws for Sabandal, calmly knocking down all 3 to force the OT against UP, but at the end of the day, it was the execution, the talent of UP that won in the end.
Of course, on the overtime period, really, it was one-sided here for UP. And a lot of top performers here. A while ago, we saw Jerome Lastimosa exploding in the second quarter. He ended up with 25 points. But then let's talk about UP. Lucero came up big.
That's right, Zave Lucero. He's probably the reason why Carl Tamayo played little minutes today because Zave Lucero hit a couple of three-pointers. He has that in his bag, and now he has the green light to do so. And he was big in that 16-point comeback of UP, especially in that third quarter. They were down 16, but because of Zave Lucero, because of guys like Terence Fortea, they rallied their troops, even with Carl Tamayo having a bad game, to win this against Adamson. That's the championship experience that we expect from the Fighting Maroons.
Right now, I hope you don't mind me saying this. UP, I believe, still have another level to go simply because they still haven't controlled the game from start to finish.
That's right.
In fact, they started out slow in the first 2 games here.
Well, people are calling them the UP cramming Maroons because they slow start every single time, and they just find ways to come back and rally together to find wins. But eventually, if they continue to do that, that's going to haunt them in the future. So they have to continue working on getting a strong start in their next games.
Speaking about student bodies who are great at cramming, the De La Salle Green Archers able to beat
from personal experience
as a crammer myself
got it.
Back in the day. Beating the UST Growling Tigers, of course, DLSU came up with a convincing win here, and I think they had to, considering the way they lost last time around.
Well, defense will always be the name of the game for the Green Archers, especially with Manong Derek there as their head coach, and that's what they did. Nick Cabanero had 33 points in the opening day, and in this ball game, they just locked down Nick Cabanero. I think he probably only had 10 points or even less than that in that ball game. Because of the defense, they put pressure, always helping on Nick Cabanero's drives. And, of course, the rookie of La Salle, talking about Kevin Kiambao, played better compared to his opening day. He had 11 points and a couple of assists or Kevin Cambiao his usual game. And this is the right time to settle down now for Kevin Cambiao because second game na, no more first game jitters for KQ.
Shawnee Winston ended up with 19 points. Cyrus Austria ended up with 13. And of course,
Right.
Michael Phillips with a double-double of 12 rebounds
Motor Mike.
and 11 points. So big day for DLSU. For those wondering what the final score was, it was 83-63 in favor of the LaSalle Green Archers. Now, of course, you look at UST though. UST, they've had a great start to the season, obviously, and it's so good and so nice seeing a good UST team because UST fans up in the stands has to be one of the highlights of the UAP. Any silver linings for you when it comes to UST?
Well, first of all, I definitely agree with the cheer of UST, probably the most hyped cheer in the UAP. But when you talk about UST, you see the guy is Nick Cabanero now. With Sherwin Concepcion out, Nick Cabanero will try to lead this team together with Faya, their foreign student athlete. They're the 1-2 punch here for UST. Wherever they go, UST will. So they have to find ways to be productive even when the defense is ready for all their attacks.
25% from the field is Nick Cabanero, shooting 5 of 20. So let's see whether or not he can improve with that next time. He did have 7 rebounds to go along with 3 assists. So let's see whether or not he can shape things up in the future.